What's going on, guys? Kaiger here. Today we're talking about class tier list for PvE. Yesterday I did PvP if you want to check that out. I let the community choose what I was doing this week. This week they chose tier lists instead of other types of videos such as how to get more CP or Spender's Guide, which will be next week, as well as any more cheat sheets that come along. Right now I'm waiting for artwork on a couple of them. So first two slots are going to be the same here. So there may be some people that argue that Priest isn't the top in PvE. Primarily what we're looking at here is, when I'm looking at PvE, I'm thinking Guild Boss, I'm thinking Elemental Realm, and I'm thinking Path of Fire. There's a few other ones that come up from time to time, such as Colosseum, or the one we're doing right now for Blue Rose, the Treasury. But in general, these are the three main PvE things we're looking at. Priest, you should always have a priest on your guild boss going on. You should have several, actually. There should be a priest using the priest buff, and then once that priest buff goes out, someone else should be using a priest buff. Everyone should be stacking up, everyone getting the bonus. As well as the tenacity ball is not really going to do a whole lot, but you can grab the cold fire bird, so you have a spammable skill with priest, as well as doing some pretty good damage. Then we go into marksman. Marksman, you use full marksman abilities and you just let it do its thing. You do want to make sure that you have on your, if you're doing auto, you want to make sure that never misses before multi-shot. Generally, I like to put the first skill as first, then never miss, then multi-shot, then the second skill as the fourth, and the priority list. And then I think it gives you the best damage for auto. For manual, you can play it a bit better, depending on wave management and such in PvE. Then we have armor. So armor's passive still isn't working. If it was, it may jump to second or even first. But even now, Netherfire just does a crazy amount of damage, which it wasn't ranked as high in PvP because people can get out of it pretty easily. But in PvE, where they don't really dodge or anything, you can just chunk really, really hard. Windchaser is more of a PvP focused class, but in PvE it actually has some pretty good AoE, as well as it gets more damage based on cooldown. So if you stack Fighting Will, Strike, you can really do some crazy numbers with Windchaser. Judge is a really good AFK PvE class. If you want to do Guild Boss but you can't click any buttons, Judge is the way to go. The only thing is, if you do something like Elemental Realm or whatnot, when you're doing it solo and you really trying to push some numbers, the skills are kind of slow, that you're wasting a lot of time casting spells. Gladiator, you generally have to give up some of the bigger attacks of Gladiator, some of the ones that are more notable in PvP, to use the quicker cooldown ones in PvE, but you still have the passive that turns HP into attack, and you have a big amount of HP, so you have a bunch of attack. The dragon right here, the enemies are not dodging, same like we talked about up here, so your fourth skill, Lance Drop, is going to do a buttload of damage. The reducing of healing isn't really notable in most PvE, but we once in a while have a boss where that does matter. Mechanician is down here at B, but if it's AFK style, it could be bumped up to A, because it is a good set it and forget it. You sit down on your bots and then you swap to whatever other class you want to be playing. Then we have the Dragon Fighter right here. On manual, it's very, very good. On auto, it's very, very bad. I think it could be back here at the bottom of A on manual with a very, very good player, but in general, I think it's down here in B due to having so many options and a lot of players not knowing which direction to go with each reset. Literally every 2 or 3 seconds, you have an important decision to make that's going to make or break your damage. Then down here we have Berserker. Berserker's main thing is Flash, the third skill I believe, which if you kill a target, it resets, but only does that for players. Against monsters, it only gives you, I think, either a third or half the cooldown back. So in PvE, if that reset worked for PvE, it would be up here in B, but because, I mean, it literally doesn't work really for PvE, it's down here at C. Let me know in the comment section down below if you have any differences or any questions. I will point out that I do have the Gladiator PvP cheat sheet on my Discord, as well as PvE and PvP Marksman. Currently I'm working on the PvE Gladiator, and the next is going to be PvP and PvE Windchaser. Then we're doing Berserker just so we have sword and bow done. And currently, let me know down below, the 2 Lancer subclasses will be next. Till next time, guys.